Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Good to see you all here. I hope you're all doing fantastic. We had a nice little bit of chill session a little bit earlier. Now we're going to have an even bigger chill session. Dear Esther, Landmark Edition. Greetings to chat, Blitz, Stephanie, Stony, RPM. Good to see you all here. Somewhere in there is Bill lurking, somewhere stealing everybody's food as he does usually. Naughty little bugger. Alrighty. Dear Esther it is then, eh? Let's get into it. Alrighty then. I don't know whether to resume or start or what. I have no idea. Let me just bring up chat on my phone. The new monitor is currently in Cape Town. We are waiting patiently. Probably be tomorrow, probably not today. So, that's okay. We can make do. Right. Let me bring up chat. Make sure everybody's A-okay and doing their thing, which I'm sure you all are. Alright, here we go. Okay, Insurmountable. That's what it was that we played a little bit earlier. Okay. Let's start. Should we do it with the director's commentary? I wonder. I don't know. The lighthouse? Apparently when we start this, you see, I don't know if we resume. Do we resume? I don't know, let's resume and see what happens. Maybe it's just the end. Because I'm led to believe... Hello? I'm led to believe it's a new... It kind of starts newish. No, this is where we ended off last time, right? Okay, so... exit main menu. I believe it's like a different things. If it's this might be a very, very short stream if it isn't any different.
Dear Esther, I have lost track of how long I have been here and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
Yeah, that's different. That's definitely different. Okay. Oh shit, you son of a bastard. Give me a goddamn fright. I'll get you. Let's go up this way. Just to remind it, chat, we have reached Stephanie's goal. So Stephanie and I have decided on a laptop just a few minutes ago. And thanks to you all, we now have a goal in mind. And we can get up there. Awesome. We now got a laptop in mind that we want to get.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
You can do it, buddy. Alright, don't do it then. So yeah, we've got a laptop in mind, and I don't know when Steph is going to get it. I would imagine as soon as possible, and I can confirm AMD processor 5600, I think it is, the Ryzen, 17 point whatever inch screen, full HD, NVIDIA GT RTX GeForce monitor.
Those islands in the distance, I'm sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
And hopefully she's going to get it real soon. Happy days, man. Really happy days. So stoked that the community have gone to such lengths to help out Steph. Incredible. Generosity all round by everybody. Thank you, everybody. And in our stream after this of Subsistence, if you have the game, you're more than welcome to join us. It is a multiplayer co-op game, so you're more than welcome to join us, have a bit of fun, get into Discord, come say hi. You got to be a subscriber of this channel.
I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Come back.
Come back.
Awesome. Yeah, so we got a bit of a subsistence multiplayer co-op thing going on. We're coming up after the stream. So I hope you join us for multiplayer fun. You can come in at any point. It's open to all. Be great to have you there. Bit of fun. It's all about the community. That's what it is, Steph. It's all about the community. So it's all good. I ran through the specs this morning. Unbelievably awesome. It's going to be such a stark difference to your current setup. I can tell you that much. It's got a beautiful NVMe SSD, 1 terabyte. Initially we're looking at a 256. Now we're able to get a 1 terabyte. NVMe, beautifully fast SSD. It's going to be great. I tell you what, our streamers are going to be left behind.
Donnelly's book had not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
So the narrative is quite different to what we played earlier.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
I wonder how we get up there, because clearly must be a way to get up.
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
There has to be a way to get up there. There was a path up there.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Come on. Once you're down, you're down.
I've become convinced I am not alone here, even though I am equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
There was me, myself, and I that did the lighting of the candles. Remember the previous episode? We're going, well, who lit the goddamn candles? And why are they candles? And now we know. See, there's a pathway. That's the path that we were on, but beyond that, on top of the mountain, there's another pathway. It's kind of weird. And there's a pathway up here too, but I don't know how we get up there. There's a pathway there. How do we get there? We can only go so far here. And then it stops. Or does it? Yeah, it stops there. We can't get any higher. Yep, can't get any higher. And can't get any higher. So it's kind of weird. I thought there were other places to have a look at. The pathway up there. Yeah, the lit candles, remember that? We were asking, why are they candles? Why are they lit? Who's gone around lighting up the candles? Such a strange thing. You notice I didn't go into the cave, yeah, because we're just exploring now. We've done, I guess, the majority of the game. So, the visuals don't change by the looks of it. It's, the storyline changes some. Yep, cutscene coming up. There we go. Yes, I think this is going to be a quicker run.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
See, I wonder if there's a different way, a different path maybe. 'Cause I know we've done this already. Didn't work out. Didn't lead to anything.
An imagined answer phone message. The tires are flat, the wheel spins loosely, and the brake fluid has run like ink over this map, staining the landmarks and rendering the coastline mute, compromised. Where you saw galaxies, I saw only bruises cut into the cliff by my lack of sobriety.
So now we know he is... What is he? Is he like in limbo? Is he like a restless soul? It's still pretty unclear. Well, to me at least. Can we go up here? Let's see, why not? Warrant of execution? Interesting.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Oh yeah, we went this way last time. Let's go down here this time. Let's see what happens. Floristic. How you doing, dude? We're going to be playing a little bit of Subsistence later.
The shaft, I swear I felt the stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
Should we jump? Okay, here we go. Is this another Floristic Falls? What are we going to call this? Stephanie's Tunnel? Stephanie's Tunnel. Or Baz's Pit. Yeah, we call it Baz's Pit. There we go. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens.
Come back.
Damn it. I don't want to come back. I want to go back down. Where the hell have you put me now? Oh, on the other side. Okay. So clearly, you cannot go down there. What a pity. Wouldn't it be great? So we call that Baz's Pit.
Come back.
No, man. I don't want to come back. I want to go down the pit and see what's there. Okay, we obviously can't do that. Can't jump into Baz's Pit and come out alive. Alright then, we'll just keep on moving on then. Keep on keeping on. Let's get to the top of here. Let's see if we can get a different pathway.
I've begun my ascent on the green slope of the western side. I've looked deep into the mountain from the shaft, and understood that I must go up and then find the way under. I will stash the last vestiges of my civilization in the stone walls and work deeper from there. I'm drawn by the aerial and the cliff edge. There is some form of rebirth waiting for me there.
Okay. We can't go. No way. Fair enough. Now, did we do anything up there last time, I wonder? Yeah, we're enjoying puts and holes, mate. That's how we do ya on Wussy Gaming. Yeah, Flores, we're going to be doing subsistence after this, mate, so you're more than welcome to join us, dude.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
So this takes us
Jakobsen's
down
rib
to the
cage,
boat.
they told
Yeah.
Donnelly, was deformed, the result of some birth defect or perhaps a traumatic injury as a child. Brittle and overblown it was, and desperately light. Perhaps it was this that finally did for him, unable to contain the shattering of his heart. In half-light, his skeleton a discarded prop, a false and calcified seabird.
Into the cave we go. No worries, Steph. See you just now.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Whee! Splat.
Did Jakobsen crawl this far? Can I identify the scratches his nails ruined into the rocks? Am I following him cell for cell, inch for inch? Why did he turn back on himself and not carry through to the ascent?
And here we go. Alrighty. Weird signs, candles. Let's keep going. What a world! What a world!
I first saw him sat by the side of the road. I was waiting for you to be cut out of the wreckage. The car looked like it had been dropped from a great height. The guts of the engine spilled over the tarmac, like water underground.
Welcome back. So that's where we came from, right? Yeah. It is still stunning. Whee! Oh, it's beautifully haunting. Yeah, very much so. I want to go deeper. I want to go see what's going on. No, I don't. I just wanted to do that. Hold on, chat. Apologies for that, chat. Oh, yeah. I want to get in there, man. But I can't. Hey, Bill. How you doing? Oh, hey, Bill. I don't know if I have it on my phone anymore, but remember I was telling you about that maple syrup I got from Canada? My brother got from Canada. I got a picture of it. So if you're in Discord, mate, drop me a DM. I want to send you the picture. Most amazing maple syrup I've ever tasted. Not that I've tasted a lot, but geez, the flavor was incredible. Ta-da!
I am traveling through my own body, following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the aerial shining to me through the rocks.
But of course we know it goes nowhere. Or does it? I forget. You haven't tasted maple syrup like this then, let me tell you. Oh yeah, this is the way out. Oh yeah, there we go. There's those mushrooms that Baz told me not to eat, that I ate. Wonderful.
This cannot be the shaft they threw the goats into. It cannot be the landfill where the parts of your life that would not burn ended up. It cannot be the chimney that delivered you to the skies. It cannot be the place where you rained back down again to fertilize the soil and make small flowers in the rocks.
Interesting. The narrative has changed a little bit. Ah, yeah. The car accident. And on we go. Yeah, I'm almost at the end already. Yeah, a couple of things we didn't do here. Kind of followed the lights. Let's do some things a little bit differently. Let's see.
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Yeah, the environment is absolutely incredible. It really is. Like I said in the first gameplay, I've been to the West Isles, not Outer Hebrides, Inner Hebrides, and it's exactly this. It is stunning the way they've done it. Is that dude up there? Yep. There it stands, waiting.
I returned home with a pocket full of stolen ash. Half of it fell out of my coat and vanished into the car's upholstery. But the rest I carefully stowed away in a box I kept in a drawer by the side of my bed. It was never intended as a meaningful act, but over the years it became a kind of talisman. I'd sit still, quite still for hours, just holding the diminishing powder in my palm and noting its smoothness. In time, we will all be worn down into granules, washed into the sea and dispersed.
There were chemical diagrams on the mug he gave me coffee in, sticky at the handle where his hands shook. He worked for a pharmaceutical company with an office based on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. He'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter, forming a strategic vision for the peddling of antacid yogurt to the European market. You could trace the connections with your finger, join the dots, and whole new compounds would be
What a
summoned
cheerful
into
fella.
activity.
What a lovely man.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink. Come back.
Hey, Sans. Cheers, Floristick. See you later, man. Remember, after this, subsistence. Hope to see you there, man. Alrighty, there's the end goal. It's interesting, the narrative, a little bit of a more to the story. Still confusing as hell, but... eh.
A sound of torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal as I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and the calling from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
So that's the southwest, western supermare on the M5. Is it only me that wants to get in there and see how fast we can go downhill? Damn, wish we could. Looks like there's no little pathway up there, or not. And what is it? Pathway? Looks like a pathway, doesn't it? Or is it just God, like a rail? Yeah, just a rail by the looks of it. Maybe. Alright, we can go up this way, we can go down that way. No one's allowed to have a crush on Stephanie Sands. Only I can.
I've begun my voyage
Pathway
in a
up here.
paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
That dude's gone now, so we don't need to go up there. Not so scary second time round. Yep, that's the pathway up. Oh, that Stephanie is already in subsistence. Getting geared up ready. He needs at least a half an hour before the stream starts.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Okay then. Not for long, guys, Steph. Not for much longer. That's the house. Nothing there.
Bent back like a nail, like a hangnail, like a drowning man clung onto the wheel, drunk and spiraled, washed onto the lost shore under a moon as fractured as a shattered wing. We cleave, we are flight and suspended, these wretched painkillers, this form inconstant. I will take flight, I will take flight.
No worries, Baz. It's open whenever you want to come join.
Dredged these waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart.
Sense drunk love.
I am the Ariel. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star.
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
And there we go. Yeah, just wanted to see, we obviously did the first playthrough, which was very interesting. The second playthrough's got a couple of things new to it, to the storyline, but not an awful lot. Quite interesting, really. Interesting game. Very different. Very, very different. But there we go. Done and dusted. Rightio, chat. Thank you so much for being here. You know what's coming up next, right? It's gonna be... What is it gonna be? Oh, yeah. It's gonna be bloody Subsistence, isn't it? That's how we do. Here we go. Alrighty, chat. Hello, Mini. Bye, Mini. Alrighty, guys. I will see you in a few minutes' time for a lengthy playthrough of Subsistence. It's a community Subsistence, so if you want to play it, get us in touch with us in Discord and come join us for a little bit of fun. Alrighty, chat. We'll see you in a few minutes. Coming up next, Subsistence.